Hey guys, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I have decided to branch out of my element and start a new series, which will be reviewing various movies, both new and older movies. And I have never seen these movies before, so I thought what better way, if I haven't seen them, there's definitely people out there that have not seen them as well. And I decided why not review them, see if they're worth the time, what my opinions are on them. I do just want to do a very quick disclosure on it and a very quick disclaimer. These are my opinions. I am someone that typically goes more towards horror movies. I am a horror fan. I love horror movies. I love thriller movies. I have a select few movies that are rom-com that I do like. I have a select few that I like that are comedy movies. I just don't typically gravitate towards those type of movies. And these movies are going to be from all over. They are going to be from the early 2000s, mid 2000s, movies that were released in 2021, 2022. And I may even go back in time and review and watch movies that I haven't seen from the 80s as well. I am also debating on doing a cult classic type of movie review where I'll rewatch 16 Candles and The Breakfast Club, Breakfast at Tiffany's, those type of movies, and review them for the newer generations that may not know them, may never heard of them, and have never watched them. The first movie that I'm going to review in this series and for this video is going to be the 2009 rom-com with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds, and that is The Proposal. And Betty White is also in this movie. She plays the grandmother, and I didn't know she was actually in this movie, and I watched it right after she had passed away, so it was kind of like weird. Because she was definitely somebody that I think a lot of us thought was going to live forever, and unfortunately she did not. I do want to say that I am not a huge Sandra Bullock fan, and I'm not really a huge Ryan Reynolds fan. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I gravitate more towards horror and thrillers, so to watch a rom-com, that is way out of my element. And I don't really find a lot of comedy movies, rom-com or comedy in general, funny. I'm not one of those people that will watch them and laugh. I'm just kind of like about it. But to get to The Proposal and my opinion on it, this was overall a really good movie, considering I am not the biggest fan of both of the actors. I really don't, I mean, there's a lot of movies that I have watched with Ryan Reynolds. I don't hate him. I just don't have an opinion on him. The movies that I have seen with him in them have been really good. I have no complaints about them. They're not like movies that I would say never watch. They are definitely movies that I did enjoy watching and I do like. In regards to Sandra Bullock, I don't really watch her movies because I can't get into a lot of them. Miss Congeniality, never watched it. I've watched like 10 minutes of it and I just can't watch it. That is going to be on this list though, because I do want to try to get through the movie because so many people like it. So that is definitely going to be on my list. But overall, this was a really good movie. Basically, if you've never seen it, Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds, their characters work together. She's his boss and he's her assistant, and she's about to be deported back to Canada and then realizes that she can marry him and they can essentially have a fraudulent wedding and marriage, and she will be able to stay in the US. They go on a family reunion trip type of thing with each other to visit his family in Alaska, and they fool his whole family. And then the truth comes out, and Sandra Bullock's character then tells everybody like this is what the whole thing is. It's all a fraud. But they, like every rom-com movie, they end up together. So that is a spoiler alert. So if you've never seen it before, spoiler alert, they do still end up together despite everything. It is a typical rom-com movie, which is why I don't really have an opinion on it. A lot of rom-coms are the same in my opinion. And I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible. For somebody that does not like rom-com movies, I was able to watch it all. And Betty White was amazing in the movie, as she always is. And her character is spot on with the sass. Her character as the grandmother reminds me very much as my grandmother and how my grandmother was. I do recommend watching it though at least once because it was not a horrible movie. And because I watched this movie, this is why Miss Congeniality is on my list to try to watch it in full and try to get into it, because this was actually a movie of Sandra Bullock's that I was able to sit through and watch. So the next movie I'm going to review is definitely the newest movie of them all, and it is the thriller movie No Exit, which was released on Hulu in February of 2022. It has Dale Dickey in it, which I believe I've seen her in quite a bit of movies. She is older, but she is a decent actor from the stuff that I've seen her in. And then the Allstate voice guy, I don't really know what his name is, but he's in it. My review on this movie is I don't understand the hype. A lot of people were giving it really good reviews and saying that, it's something that everybody should watch and it's a good horror movie or a good thriller. It was predictable, to say the least. It's about a girl who discovers that there is a younger girl that was kidnapped in the van, and she finds her in the middle of a blizzard and is trying to figure out who kidnapped her and how to help her escape. And I mean, I knew who it was. They're in this like little station area because the roads are shut down, and they're all in there waiting the storm out. And I knew right off the bat that that strange looking guy in the corner was going to be the kidnapper. And I was really disappointed when I was right, because I feel like for a thriller, it shouldn't be predictable. Like, there are two kidnappers, I will say that much, but I knew it was him right off the bat. As soon as he showed up on camera, I was like, well, he's definitely the kidnapper. And then when it was confirmed, I was like, okay, like, way to be predictable. And I really didn't want to watch it after that. But then they did throw a curveball, and there are two kidnappers, which, since this is a newer movie, I'm not going to say who the other kidnapper is, but there are two of them. And the second one is one that I didn't expect, and when it was confirmed that he was the second kidnapper, that was kind of what made me want to keep watching it, because I was like, I didn't see that one coming. But, I mean, I've seen a whole lot better thrillers, to say the least, and the acting was not the greatest. I just found the main character very cringeworthy. I mean, I'm very strongly opinionated on acting. I'm not saying that everybody has to be an amazing actor or actress. I'm not saying that. But there were just quite a few things in that movie that I was like, there had to have been a better take. And if you want to watch it, you definitely can. But I mean, for me, I saw it. I didn't even find it thrilling, because it was so predictable, and I knew who at least the major kidnapper was. And when that was confirmed, I was kind of just like, well, there goes that. I mean, if I wasn't doing this video and looking to review it, I probably wouldn't have finished it, because it just wouldn't, it was a waste of my time, to be completely honest. The next movie that I'm going to review, and this is actually going to be the last movie that I'm going to review in this video, is the 2004 rom-com First Daughter. And I know, another rom-com. I'm trying to branch out. I'm trying to stay away from horror and thriller movies because that's all I watch, and I actually watch all the classics. I'm just not a big fan of the remakes. But I know, so it's another rom-com. But this one has Katie Holmes in it, Michael Keaton, and Margaret Collin. She played Blair Waldorf's mom in Gossip Girl, so it was really exciting to see her in something outside of Gossip Girl. This was in 2004. I do want to make a disclaimer on this movie as well. I am not the biggest Katie Holmes fan. I love Christopher Nolan's Batman series, but when she was there in the first one and Batman Begins, thankfully I am a huge Cillian Murphy fan, as well as Christian Bale. I forgot his name for a second. Christian Bale. So thankfully, I am a big fan of those two because that was the only thing that got me through watching it. I mean, I guess Liam Neeson, he's a really good actor, so I guess I'm gonna give him credit for that movie as well. But if they weren't in there, I probably wouldn't have been able to watch it. I'm not a huge Katie Holmes fan. Even watching Dawson's Creek, I have to force myself to watch it a lot of times because of her. I do think she is a great actress. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say she's not. Just the stuff that she's in, I can't get an interest in them. But with that being said, First Daughter was a really good movie. I remember a lot of people liked it back in the day. I was 11 when it came out, so I still wasn't into comedy movies or anything. I was watching decom movies, so the movies that were being released on Disney Channel, but I wasn't watching rom-com or comedy movies elsewhere, and I was still gravitating towards horror and thriller anyways. But I do remember a lot of people did talk about it, and even over the years, some people would always relate Katie Holmes to that movie. I did not know Michael Keaton was in it, so when I watched it, it was actually a really big surprise when I saw him for some reason. I just wouldn't have thought he would be in a movie like this. It was good. I would definitely watch it again. But, if you're not a fan of Katie Holmes, you may find it just a little eh, like I did. But it does get better. Once I got past a certain point in the movie, I didn't even bother that Katie Holmes was in it. I did find it really good, but that may also be because I'm biased and I really do enjoy movies from the early 2000s. There's just something about them that I gravitate towards. All three actors were phenomenal in it. I really enjoyed how Michael Keaton portrayed the president, and Forest Whitaker actually directed the movie, and I love Forest Whitaker as an actor, so I think that was part of it too. I think the whole movie overall was really good. Like I said, I would watch it again. I think Katie Holmes did absolutely amazing in it, and the emotional range in it, I mean, you could feel it. You could feel what she was feeling being the president's daughter. This movie did make me want to watch My Date with the President's Daughter, which has Will Friedle in it from Boy Meets World, and I'm so bummed that it is nowhere to be found. Because this movie definitely made me really want to watch it. That and Model Behavior. For some reason, I relate those two movies to each other for some reason. Model Behavior has Justin Timberlake in it. I'm totally getting off topic, but First Daughter made me really want to watch My First Date, or My Date with the President's Daughter. And then because I relate that to Model Behavior, now I'm just going to get off on a tangent about those. But I think all of them did amazing. Everything about it I really enjoyed. And I mean, there were parts of it that, you really felt for the daughter. Not being able to have a life because people are protesting your father becoming president for a second term, or, having the stigma related to you. And, it wasn't bad. I would definitely, like I've already said, would watch it again. And, if I had to pick between these three movies on which one I would recommend, I think I would recommend First Daughter. And that's actually a toss up because I really did like the proposal, but unless I'm in a Ryan Reynolds mood, I don't think I would watch it again. So those are my reviews for the movies The Proposal, No Exit, and First Daughter. And if you guys like these reviews, or if you just enjoy something different, since not a lot of people do review movies the way that I'm reviewing them, with my opinion and reviewing them in like a clump. I'm not just gonna sit here and do one video for one movie. It's going to be very quick reviews, if you should watch them, if you shouldn't watch them, and what I thought about them. This is what these videos are gonna be. I'm not here to be like I would have done this differently or that differently, or who I think would be better for a role. It is honestly just my opinion, if I would watch it again and if I would recommend it, and my opinions on it. My opinions on the actors that are in the movie, my opinions on, the storyline. That's what these movies are going to be. They are not going to be in-depth reviews. That is way out of my element. I may be studying to be an actress. I may be studying the entertainment business to work in film and television behind the scenes, but that is out of my element. I am not smart enough or educated enough to criticize the way the cinematography is done, or the location, or if it's on a soundstage, or if the background looks fake. That is not what I'm here for. I am here to honestly just tell you my opinion, and if you should watch these movies if you haven't already. So with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and they will only get better over time once I figure out the direction that I want to take these videos, and once I get the layout of how I want these videos to go. So definitely stay tuned. I will do 3 more movies in the next video, and my goal is to keep it 3 movies in one video. So if you enjoyed it, subscribe, comment, like. If you didn't like it, then just don't comment, don't like it, don't subscribe. But it was my pleasure reviewing these 3 movies for you, and I hope you tune back to see another 3 reviews.